Okay, let's talk about phylogenetic trees. I know, right? They look incredibly complex, like some kind of ancient branching code. But the truth is, there's a really simple key to unlocking them. And that's what we're going to do right now.
I'm willing to bet you've seen one of these before and just felt your brain kind of shut down. If so, you are definitely not alone. It is a totally normal reaction. But I promise you, by the end of this, all that confusion is going to be a thing of the past.
So, let's do it. We are going to strip away all the confusing jargon and really see how these diagrams tell the incredible story of life. We'll start with a super simple definition.
First up, a tree of confusion. Let's figure out what exactly it is we're even looking at.
That's it. At its heart, a phylogenetic tree is just a map. It's a visual story of how different species are connected to each other through deep time. It shows us who's more closely related to whom. Simple enough, right? But how do we actually read the map?
Well, that brings us to section 2, the family tree key. You see, the real secret to understanding these diagrams is to use a concept you already know inside and out, a simple family tree. This is our key.
And there it is. That's the whole secret. Seriously, if you can read your own family tree, you already know how to read a phylogenetic tree. All the same ideas. Ancestors, cousins, grandparents, they all apply. We just use slightly different words.
Think of this as your own personal translator, your Rosetta Stone for evolution. On the left, you've got your familiar family tree terms. On the right, the scientific ones. A grandparent just becomes a common ancestor. Parents and children become ancestors and descendants. And your siblings and cousins, they're just closely related species. See, it's the exact same logic, just scaled up over millions of years.
All right, section 3, translating the branches. Now that we have our family tree key, let's break down how to read the diagram piece by piece.
Every single line you see on this diagram, that's a lineage. You can think of it as one continuous family line, moving forward through time. It's the journey of a species and all of its descendants. Now, this part is absolutely crucial. Any point where a branch splits, see that little V shape? We call that a node. And that node represents a common ancestor. It's an older species that eventually gave rise to 2 or more different lineages. In our analogy, that's the grandparent. And here is the #1 rule of reading these trees. Relationships are all about how recently you share a common ancestor. So if you look here, the monkey and the human share an ancestor at this node right here, which is much more recent than the ancestor they share with the lizard way back here. That's how we know they're more closely related.
And one last crucial point. Everything at the very tips of the branches, those are all modern species living today. This means a lizard is just as evolved as a human is. It's not some primitive ancestor. They're all just successful endpoints of their own unique evolutionary stories.
All right, I need your full attention for this next part because we were about to tackle the single biggest mistake that people make when they try to read these trees. Getting this right is a total game changer. Please burn this into your brain. The order of the species at the top, whether they're on the left or the right, is completely irrelevant. It means absolutely nothing. You can literally flip the branches around a node like a mobile, and it doesn't change the information one bit. And here's the proof. Look at these 2 trees. The order of species at the top is different, right? But look closer. The branching pattern, who connects to whom and when they connect, is identical. That means they are telling the exact same story of relationships. So what's the takeaway? Always follow the branches, not the order at the top. Okay, section 5, putting it to practice. You've got the key and you know the biggest trap to avoid. So now let's learn a foolproof method to read any tree you come across. This is a simple 4-step method that works every time. Let's test it out. Ask the question, is a lizard more related to a fish or to a human? Okay, step 1, pick the lizard and the fish. Step 2, trace their branches back in time until they meet at their common ancestor. Got it? Okay, step 3. Now do the same for the lizard and the human. Step 4, compare. The pair that meets at a node closer to the top is more closely related. It's that simple. It works every single time. And really, that's what this all comes down to. This complicated-looking diagram is just a family story, told in the language of branches. It's an amazing tool that shows us our own shared history and our deep connection to all life on this planet. So the next time you see one, don't be confused. Just see family.